And there we go. Good night, or good evening, everybody. Good night sounds like we were just ending it. You were late. Sorry, you showed up on time and you were late. But it is 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and this is your weekly Calamity Jane live stream. Good evening, everybody. Hi, James. How's it going?
Good evening.
You
How are you
ex-
doing?
I'm doing all right. You excited for this beautiful Monday uh, in October?
Yeah, it's kind of it is exciting. I like to call it Rocktober. I'm just kidding. I'm just being terrible.
I don't
I
even know
just
where
wanted
the
to find an excuse to say the word
You just wanted
Rocktober.
Rocktober. Got it. That
Yeah,
makes total.
Rocktober. I have no energy to say anything cool about
That
it.
makes
Like I have the
sense.
heavy metal vibe to it now, but just this Rocktober.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bam, whatever.
Mhm. Mhm.
I will use my non-sponsored, our newest non-sponsored Sapporo beer. Take a sip of
Ooh,
that
Sapporo. There's nothing wrong with Sapporo.
you to enjoy
That's
Rocktoberfest.
right. Oh man, you were just hurting my soul on every level. But I like Sapporo. I remember when I was in Japan a couple of years ago now, actually. I love that you could just buy beer from vending machines at
Yeah,
hotels. That was great. I bought so much beer from vending machines while I was in Japan. It was wonderful.
yeah, the vending machine magic.
Oh,
It's alive and well there.
they got that stuff figured out.
Yeah,
I love it. I wish that we would adopt that in the states because I loved like one of the great things is we went and it was late September. It was still really hot. They're having an unusual heat wave, and um, and we would be walking around and just getting really dehydrated, right? Because we were just totally unprepared to walk anywhere. We really super did not expect it to be as hot as it was when we went.
hmm
And but it was fine. We just grabbed a couple of yen, tossed it into a vending machine, and we'd have water on the go. It was amazing. And they had nice little garbage recycling receptacles built right into the vending
yeah,
machines. I mean, it was just
yeah,
perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
yeah. That was Meethas and I experienced too when we were there last year. It's kind of crazy. It feels like it's been 5 years, but
Yeah,
um, yeah, it's
20,
fun.
2017 for me, I think. Yeah, so
Hmm.
about three
Yeah,
now.
it's still there's still plenty of recency memory to access from that.
Oh
That's for
yeah, I got all. I actually like, and this is a complete side, and I promise everybody we will get started at some point. But Apple just released a new update to their iPhone, and they actually caught up to Android finally, and they have these like sizable widgets that you can put on the home screen now.
Oh, that's neat.
And the coolest one is the ability to do a photo widget, so you can like have photos, and it just does random slideshows of your photo right there on your phone screen. I
You mean
love
some of
it.
the yeah, even Windows Phone was doing that back 10 years.
Yeah, I know exactly, and Apple just caught up in 2020.
Oh,
But that's fine. They have it now. God damn it.
yeah. Hooray. Yay for Apple, I guess.
So yeah, so I just have all my photos because I mean I use my phone for most of my photographs. It's a like the
Yeah.
it's a great point and shoot camera. So
Yeah. I mean, almost any phone, it's by default, you have one of it's crazy how good all cameras are these days.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's incredible. So,
So I see Japan photos rotate through.
oh, that's nice.
Second only to pictures of Penny because I
Oh,
have an inordinate amount of pictures of my dog on my phone.
yeah. Well, you got to have those too. I mean,
Yeah. So, but
it helps really, it's a nice, relaxing thing to look at when you see cute dogs
oh
on
yeah,
your experience. So,
without a doubt, without a doubt. But in any case, so we're back. We're here. We're ready to go. Last week we worked on Molly, and the week before that we worked on Wanda. And I think you're going to treat us to some actual creation of those two characters tonight in
yeah,
Flash.
yeah, and so I'm gonna switch back to. Okay, I'll go into share screen mode while we're talking.
Okay.
Okay, share. Good to go there. You guys can see all that. I'm sure. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go back to Wanda this week, and now that I've done some more sketches of her, which I mean, there's not a ton, but I even it's funny. Like I'll sketch her on my phone and stuff. I don't have those drawings here with me, but in my head, I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to go with her. Especially with the exploratory stuff, I kind of got a feel for how we'll do tonight's stream for drawing her out. And so she's as we both already know, she's a townsperson. She's in the background, so I'm not gonna spend too much time making her absolutely pixel perfect or whatever, mind you. But yeah, I do have a pretty good feel for how she is. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive in. I set up my flash file to have a couple of sketches of her to kind of look at, as well as even the town's photo
Mm-hmm.
picture of all of them together hanging out. So yeah, let's kind of start diving in here and start shaping some art around. So here we are, off to
But
the races.
nice, excellent. Did you have an idea for a color palette for her? Because I know with the alligator or the crocodile wearing gaiters or whatever, we still haven't named him. Maybe we should do a contest or something.
Yeah, that could be kind of cool. Do an
Yeah,
online cool thing
yeah.
and put people out there to throw out names. I mean, I keep calling the gator Croc,
Mm-hmm.
um, but that's more of a standard name. But yeah, I mean, I'm all ears.
Well, we should do like if we do something like that, we should definitely because what kills people who aren't don't seem to understand the nature of humanity. Human beings are like small children. I found, generally speaking, it doesn't matter how old you are. And I'm not.
Where
I'm
is
not.
the wisdom from Eric here
What? Yeah.
as he's expanding on the universe of humanity here?
Absolutely, absolutely. I am a non-licensed life coach, so I give my advice for free whether you want it or not. But in any case, I've found that it's way better to give people a set of options rather than going, "Hey, vote, submit anything."
Oh, I see where you're going.
Because you'll have things like what happened with Pitbull all those years ago when they did that contest of like he was going to do a concert at a Walmart as a promotional thing,
Uh-huh.
but then they didn't give people an option of locations. They just said pick any Walmart.
Oh my gosh, I see.
Yeah, so
Wow. So how did that go?
well, the most remote Walmart in the country, which is somewhere in Alaska, won obviously.
So they were trying to troll him at the
Yeah, they
end?
totally trolled him, but he rose above it and went and did the concert at that Walmart. And I'm like, good on you. Like, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
That,
that is cool. In his interviews and stuff that I've seen him, he seems actually kind of like a likable rap star guy. I mean,
yeah,
I don't follow his music religiously, but that's pretty cool that he actually just stuck with it and did it.
I believe it was Pitbull. If it was another artist, I'm falsely giving credit to Pitbull, but I think it was. But yeah, it's things like that happen, or like jokingly, like in Community, when the
Hmm.
dean just let anybody submit any idea for the school flag, and if you've seen Community, you know what happened as far as
Yeah,
the school flag is concerned. So, e pluribus anus, which is a great one.
yeah. I discovered. Well, Amit and I discovered Community this year.
Mm,
Being in lockdown, and man, it's a great show. I
it's
highly recommend. If
phenomenal.
anybody's looking for something to binge, that one's I thought was a really good one.
Yeah, you'll have to find like one of the best episodes in my opinion somewhere else though because they took it off of Hulu for race reasons.
Oh, okay. Which one's that one?
The Advanced D&D, I think it was a season 2 episode. Maybe it was season 1.
Is that what they just played D&D for the whole episode, right?
That's the one, yeah, with Fat Neil.
I think. I mean, because we saw that episode. It
Oh,
was
okay,
yeah.
good. You
It was
did. Maybe
that
it's
new
maybe it's
one.
back because they took it down for a while because um, uh, Chang was covered in completely black paint as a dark elf, and
Oh,
they poked fun at that, the racial implications of it, and they took it down. But if they brought it back up, great, because that's like one of the best episodes.
that one. We watched it on Netflix, so that's where we saw it.
Oh, then you watched it a while ago because it's not on Netflix right now.
Oh, geez,
It's on.
really?
I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Or maybe it is on. No, it is on Netflix. Never mind. I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I can't keep track of streaming services anymore.
Yeah, no, don't worry. You're not alone. No, I don't think anybody can at this point. Like, it's becoming the stream wars. We're kind of getting to that point, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it'll collapse in on itself. And we've had this conversation before, and it's just the only people that suffer while these companies compete for a bigger slice of a shrinking pie is us. You know,
Yeah.
but eventually they'll decide it's not worth the increasingly small pieces that they're getting, and then they'll start like globuling together again, like the T1000 after being exploded.
Yeah, the only thing now is just kind of enjoy the wars while it's sort of early stages in starting, because maybe they'll start to kind of compete with trying to be cheaper amongst each other and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well,
But
like,
then,
yeah,
but as consumers, then we're always constantly trying to find out, like just what would happen.
just exactly what happened now. I know.
Yeah, you just don't know. Well, where is the show? Yeah, that becomes nightmarish. I wish it, now I don't know if you know if there's a site or not, but there's a free idea out there for anybody. But like, I wish there was just a site that keeps like that was sort of our streaming guide, kind of like what a TV guide used to do.
They have that. Yeah.
Oh, we could search and do a search engine, box, and if you're looking for a show, you know where it's streaming at. Like it's sort of half does right now if you Google it, but it doesn't
No,
work perfect.
there's an app, or one of my friends used it. Um, she was like, oh, we were like talking about shows. She's like, oh, I want to watch this, and she opened up an app and typed the name in, and it listed every place that it was available.
Oh, okay.
And in
So
fact, here's a little bit of little known trivia for you: the Wii U actually had that feature.
what?
Shit, I kid you not.
The one Nintendo console I skipped.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it didn't have it forever. So when the Wii U launched, they were trying to integrate TV, or I guess television, to a certain extent with the system. In fact, there was a TV button on the Wii U gamepad, labeled TV. And when you pressed it, what it did is it actually brought up in a built-in app that you had to set it up to like give your location, what your cable provider is, yada yada yada, and then what streaming services you had installed on the Wii U, and they had Hulu and Netflix, and I don't know if they had any of the other ones, but those are the. Then they had like Crunchyroll and a few of the other esoteric streaming ones.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had taken the time to put all that into your settings, right, and you press the TV button and you search for Community, it would literally search every single one of those apps and give you a list of here's where you can watch the show, and here, if it's on TV or whatever, the times that you could watch it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was super, super cool.
But you're saying you had to have a account with the other. Like, how would you set up Crunchyroll
Well,
on those
so
sites? You
what you would
just
do is it would integrate in with it, right? It
okay.
would integrate in with that built-in app, and so you would add your credentials to the TV button app. Like, so you'd bring it up, and if you were initializing it, you had to. It's like, what services do you support? Oh, I have this installed. I have this installed, and then it would ask you to log in to your accounts through the. I don't even know if it required you to. They may have just hooked up through the app, and then if they had that show on that app, like they could ping the database for it, and then they would return like, yes, this show is available on this streaming service.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah,
that's kind of. I think you need something that's a little bit more. I mean, I guess if it's an app, I guess it's somewhat easy. It's pretty easy to access.
yeah, it was super easy to utilize, and in fact, I mean, it was literally built into that TV button, right? So and it wasn't as crazy as what the Xbox One tried to do, where you actually could plug in your cable box through the Xbox One and then control all of your cable stuff through the Xbox One, which was just ridiculously complicated, and it never really worked right.
Hmm.
This was a little bit simpler in that it was just almost like a database app, right? It was actually almost just not even that. It was like a SQL Server, query app. But it actually was really useful. But then obviously late in the life of the Wii U, they patched all that out, and then there's this just button on the Wii U that doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
They took it out. Why? Because of security reasons. They were worried about getting hacked or something, some way.
No, just no one was using it, and they didn't want to keep supporting it, because I'm certain that there was some sort of a licensing fee that they had to pay to get access to those databases,
Oh
and they
man.
just didn't want to pay it anymore. So they let the licenses lapse, and then in a feature update, just just disable the button. So when you press it, it goes, "This service is not provided on the Wii U anymore," and that's it.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
The, so, in other words, if somebody was to try to start it up today, they'd have to sort of almost have an account set up for everybody that streams, so they can just kind of do their own sort of underlayer search.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
That's how,
I think for like broadcast TV, obviously you don't need anything like that.
yeah,
And yeah, but yeah, for like I know that for my friend, the app that she used, she had to actually put in her credentials for those streaming services. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. So, yeah, what would be the? Yeah, it sounds like what you'd have to be if you were to make a website for that. You'd have to, if we if we were to create one, we'd have to be the super user that has the accounts that's paying a service to Netflix, Amazon, everybody, and then we have visitors come into the site, and then they would use our search box and go, "Is this available on this site, this site, this site?" And then we would, and then the code would be the one that would parse where would try to match the string to whichever site that's registered and streaming
Yeah.
as the
Yes.
super user.
So I just checked justwatch.com. Done
Uh-huh.
and done. I typed in community. It's streaming on. I was right. It's streaming on Hulu and
Uh-huh.
Netflix. So we were both right. And apparently
Okay.
there's a season also on PBS.
What?
So apparently there is one season according to this, that is on CBS. And then you can also buy or rent the seasons from Apple TV, Amazon, Google Play, Fandango, Vudu, Redbox, and Microsoft Streaming.
Wow.
So yeah, so you can, yeah, so it's there. Justwatch.com is what it is.
Watch.com, and it parses if you have to pay for it or not.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It organizes it by how you have to, whether you pay for it.
Well, thanks Watch.com, and thanks EricStuder.com for looking that up.
Yeah, absolutely. It even gives you the cover of each of the season's DVD sets.
Huh. All right.
There you
Well,
go.
free non-sponsorship advertising for
There you
Watch.
go. That's what we're here for, everybody. If you want
So,
to do free sponsorship, just get in contact with us, I guess.
so wait. So you can look for any movie on Watch.com, and it'll tell you if it's on. Like, let's do it. Like, do a
Yeah.
test.
All right, I'm ready. Give me something.
Um, Buckaroo Banzai.
Okay, Buckaroo Banzai. There he is. Movie, 1984. You can stream it on YouTube, Hoopla, Tubi, and Pluto. And it
Okay.
even tells you whether it is ad-supported or not.
Okay.
Then it also has a list for where you can rent or buy it, and the
Okay.
prices, and whether it's supported in HD, SD, or 4K.
So it makes me wonder, So if I, as you're relaying the information of what came back, I know that we have like HBO, we have
Mm-hmm.
Showtime. It makes me wonder, is it streaming on those? Like, I wonder if it parses through and it goes, okay, I'm looking at all these other sites and all these cable channels and knows where
Yeah,
it's actually live and when it's not. But because right now, to me, that result is sort of like a generic, yeah, this is where you can rent it.
right,
But we don't know if it's on Sci-Fi Channel.
right.
Right?
I know, that's the thing. It only tells you positives. It doesn't tell you. I'm actually checking something real quick. Um, and it is not on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah, so the fact that HBO Max is not showing up on the list means that it's only showing the places that it's available and not where it's
Available, yeah.
not available.
Hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's pretty
I'm gonna
nice.
use that site
Yeah.
from here on out. When I'm looking for something.
Yeah,
I was
no,
trying-
that actually is like, for my day job, this is actually super super useful, because a huge part of my job is like finding footage of things for these articles that I write.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
usually I just literally go, Amazon Prime, is it here? No. Okay, Hulu, is it here? No. Now I'm gonna just go to justwatch.com. And this is not an advertisement, by the way, everybody. This was not planned. There was no
No, it was just
no
me. It was just me whining and bugging Eric to a point where he just had to give in and start searching.
I did. And now I have found like what I think might actually be a really valuable resource.
So this all for me. This has been nagging me. And again, I was just too much of a lazy bum to actually go and do the search like what you just did. because I just complained out loud instead. But like I was looking for trying to binge watch all the Friday the 13th movies back to back.
Oh.
And what I found was sometimes I get a lucky search and find out that one of them was on Sci-Fi, for example, and another one was on Amazon. But they're
Hmm.
never all together. They never bunch them together. But you
Yeah.
have to kind of figure out where are they. Do you have to pay for them, or can you just watch them for free and quote unquote, or with a subscription? And so I got annoyed. I gave up after Friday the 13th Part 5. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Well, you're gonna love this then.
Oh, oh,
I typed in Friday the 13th, and it gives this very handy list of every Friday the 13th movie, including the series, which I had completely forgotten about up until
oh.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and uh, and where it is available to stream, rent, or buy. The series,
Wow.
alas, is not available anywhere apparently.
Mm, okay.
But yes, it is. It is. It also picks up like movies like Friday,
Yeah.
or The 13th Warrior. But it does at least populate the Friday the 13th films at the top.
That's interesting. Okay, so wait, so where's it at subscription wise? Like what's it saying?
Not many places actually.
See, so now,
Um,
last time I looked for it, I know Amazon had a couple of the movies on there for you to
so
watch
yeah,
it.
but Amazon doesn't have all of them. It doesn't have the
Yep.
original.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's the challenge.
right.
There's going to be
Oh no, never mind. I take that back. Amazon does have the original. I missed it.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
But only to no, yeah, only to rent, not to buy. You can't buy it from them
Okay.
in their video streaming thing. But it has part 2. It has part 3. It has 6. It has the final chapter. It has 5, 6, 7. It has does not have Jason X. It
See?
does not have. Oh, it does have part 5. It does have part 8. It does have 10. No, no, yeah, it does. Okay. this is just ridiculous. I don't even know. I didn't see part 2 though on this list. Oh,
See,
there it
that's
is.
the
Okay.
yeah.
No, it's
This
it's 4 is what I didn't find. 4 was what I didn't find. But in any case, yes. So this is a pretty robust web app.
yeah, that's awesome. So I can finally finish binge watching the rest of the Friday 13th now.
Yeah, it looks like it. Well, which one did you get up to before you decided to give up on?
Number 5. I stopped at number 5.
Oh, okay. That was. Gosh, I don't remember. They all run together in my brain. Was 5 the one with the psychic kid, uh, played by the guy's name I'm not remembering right now.
Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman, thank you. When did
Uh,
he show up? Was it 5 or 3?
I think he was in 3.
Yeah.
I think no, he might have been in 4. Whatever one I just watched was where it was hit, which was his character but grown up. Tommy Jarvis's
Yeah,
way.
Tommy Jarvis, that's right.
Yeah. So he had the sheepskin collar Levi jacket,
Yeah.
and he was running around trying to avoid the cops and dealing with Jason, and that's where I stopped. So I think the next one is where Jason takes Manhattan.
Yeah, I
is
think
it?
you're right.
So
Well, he wasn't in 3. Definitely wasn't in 3. Well, this is a wide ranging conversation tonight. I'd have to do more research than I want to do right now, so I'm not going to.
but the main thing is it's just using that case to kind of see how do you search for something
Yeah,
and
it
it's
seems it
work.
seems pretty robust. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what's cool. I think I'll definitely go there tonight. Um,
Indeed.
but speaking of one I know that's not on there, I wanted to tell you I finished Picard on CBS Access, and I thoroughly enjoyed that show. So if
Oh,
anybody's
did you? Okay.
yeah,
Now I have to watch it. I feel.
yeah. I know I've been kind of bugging you about it off and on a little bit here and there and passing conversation, but I finished it last night. It starts out with a bang. If I'm being super critical, I think by the end it felt kind of rushed. I feel like the
Mm,
first season they could have actually milked it and gone 2 seasons with with the story they told
hmm.
in season 1. And I don't even know if they're making a season 2 or not. I mean, it does leave it open for a season 2 if they want to do it. But what's great about it is the story, in my mind, is pretty self-contained to where you can just watch the first season, you're good.
Hmm.
Uh, but excellent. I thought it was a great addition to the Star Trek library, and now I'm picking up. Now I'm trying to work on Discovery. And I've tried it now 3 times to start it up, and I always give up by about midway through episode 3, and I stop
Mm.
every time.
Now I have heard that one it has to grow on you. Like
Yeah,
it's not something that you're just going to jump in. It's not immediately accessible. Like in my opinion, like the Next Generation was.
yeah,
Like I mean I'm actually I write YouTube videos like I mentioned, and I'm actually working on one for Star Trek right now, and I'm going through and just sourcing, just reviewing the episodes, and I had forgotten, like, I forgot that Q was in the pilot episode, and it's
oh
just
yeah,
like when you
yeah,
start with Q, it's like it's immediately great, like immediately.
yeah. It's crazy how and of course it's fitting how they end the series with Q as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
the last episode was a great one. All that I usually hate time travel, but because it was sort of, is it really time travel or is it just in Picard's head? Q just messing with him, it made it okay.
yeah, um, yeah. That's a great show too, and I think if you want to scratch that itch and watch something that's in the vein of Next Generation, you miss Picard, and definitely watch Picard. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be a waste of time. I don't think. Um, but yeah, I had a great time on that show.
Okay.
Um, so yes, indeed.
Well,
Meanwhile,
yeah, Molly is, or sorry, Wanda is coming alive right before our very eyes.
yeah, she is coming along. Still playing with colors a little bit, but yeah, she's getting fleshed out here. I'm pretty happy so far, so that's good.
And now, here's just a thought exercise. These smaller background characters, um, they only really ever just need to show up. We don't really need to create a place for them to live.
Nope.
But have you thought about making sure that Dry Gulp Gorge in your 3D exploration is uh, large enough to accommodate our townsfolk?
Did you notice how fast I said nope? But the follow up question of completely, oh man, now I have to. I've thought about it, but I said nope because I just don't. I'm being a lazy bum here. I don't
Yeah.
want to. I just I want to. I love doing the characters. I don't want to do more building stuff, but it should be done. There has to be a thought to that, and in the back of my mind, it's sort of like a chore. It's like, yeah, I've got to go do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I have thought about it,
So
but
I'm just by your tone, I'm going to guess that you're more of a character guy than an environments guy.
I like them both because environment's fun too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because the environment's a character too. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why we spent a few weeks just like I was going back and forth in the background of the desert itself. I mean, just it
Yeah.
needs. It's arguably just as important as the characters because that's where they're running around. That's their backdrop. It has to be done right,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or it doesn't help tie the nice little bow at the end of any episode because that's the background we're going to be running with. Every for um, our season if we can once we get rolling. And I'm not and I have more stuff kind of stocked up in the library, so we don't have to draw as much. But yes, I have thought about Wanda and Molly's house. It's in my mind. It's nothing as distinct as Mitchell's house.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more kind of just run of the mill, kind of typical house.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell's house to me has the most character as a civilian living in town compared to anybody else.
Which I think makes sense. This is I'm a little embarrassed to admit this. I don't know what the inside of what Calamity's house looks like.
See, I think that's on purpose because Calamity and Leon were wanderers.
Well, that is true. I mean, they didn't. She's never owned a house.
Yeah,
Once she found Calamity, they yeah, their home was always under the star in the desert. under the
Yep.
stars in the
So
desert. So
yeah, in the opening scene, they were just hanging out, by the campfire and just
right, and that was there every night. But
yep.
now, I guess it begs the question: when Calamity goes to sleep at night, is she just building a fire on the outskirts of Dry Gulp Gorge?
I think. I mean, it sounds like that's something we got to talk to the head writer about.
Oh my god, that guy though, he's the worst.
I think the head writer needs to kind of give us.
Yeah, I will.
Ideas on that.
It's something I'm gonna have to think about. I'll be honest. My first instinct is no. I don't think that now that she has this place, because she's pragmatic, right? She's not. There's very few hills that Calamity's gonna die on, metaphorically speaking, because she just doesn't it's just not a priority in her life, right?
Yeah.
She was a wanderer, and she and Leon slept under the stars every night, but that's just because that's where their life took her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that she has decided to, now that she's in the clutches of Dry Gulp Gorge, I don't know that she necessarily is going to go, well, no, this is the way it's always been done, so I'm always just going to do it that way. That doesn't really seem like a Calamity thing to do, right? If she's going to be staying at a place for a period of time, then I think that she would take advantage of all of those amenities. But I absolutely don't think she's going to be purchasing real estate. Any place that she's going to be living in Dry Gulp is like a rental. She will rent a room at most, right? And
I mean,
whether it's like Deadwood, where Swearengen's, his saloon also doubles as a hotel, and she just stays at the Prickly Pear, or if there's a separate hotel in Dry Gulp Gorge, we'll need to ascertain that. But
yeah, I mean, I almost feel like we could explore that, and we pretty much have. I don't know, Eric, how many episodes do we have kind of in our vault? We have enough for a season, I would think.
we have enough episodes. We have 2 episodes written, obviously, completely done, ready to go, and then we have stories for another, I think, 3.
Yeah. I know we have a bunch on our.
Yeah, so we have 5 episodes in a state where we know what the entire plot of the episode is already, and then 2 that have been taken from outline all the way to full script.
See now, I won't.
And then we have a million ideas.
Yeah, but I think as far as script form, I back in the day when it was originally Chaos Chameleon.
Yeah.
I thought you had 3.
Yeah, I did, but the I've
You have to
only
rewrite them now, though.
yeah, they have to rewrite them, which is why they're not done, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, at least one of those stories it won't work for Calamity. It was intended for Leon, and so it's just gonna have to get redone.
Yeah, I know which one it is, and I know you and I are both skirting around trying to name the villain.
Yeah, but
I get you there. I think we'll talk about it in our meeting. I think I have some ideas of how to put that to work, but
okay.
Yes.
Well, now that we've borderline revealed more information than we we managed to circumvent it, but just barely. We've been at this for almost 35 minutes, so I think we should let people get back to their regularly scheduled lives.
Yeah, I think we've bored them enough.
How could you be bored when you're talking about justwatch.com?
They've got a gleaming bit of information to go to watch.com.
Yeah, that's right. It's
and check out their library of what they want to watch and consume.
That's right. But okay, well, that's great. Wanda is coming along. I'm excited to see how she continues developed.
Yeah,
and
pick this up next week. We'll just keep going, and we'll roll into Molly next week too, wherever But yeah, she's already coming right along, like you said. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, this is us signing off. As always, head to calamityjane.rocks. It'll take you to our Patreon site, or just go to Patreon and look up for Calamity Jane Adventure Hour. You can do the same thing on YouTube, which is where you're watching this now, and Facebook and all of the things. And we will be back, as always, next Monday. Same Calamity hour, same Calamity time, or something. I don't know. Something along
That
those
sounds
lines.
great.
That
So
was
it's
perfect. Yeah, it was perfect. Okay, great. I thought it was perfect. I just needed confirmation. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye.